Hello, welcome to Learn with Amine. In this video, we take a look at another important interview question for programming of Python. It is called as product of array except self. So in this, you will be given an array numbers, which is an array of integer values, and you need to return an answer in the form of an array such that the element of the answer or the result will be equal to the product of all the elements of numbers except nums of I. So that is, the product of any prefix or suffix of numbers is guaranteed to fit in a 32-bit integer, and you must write an algorithm that runs in the time complexity of O of n and without using the division operation. So usually, like, why is it told about the division operation is, now if you were to create the result array using the division operation, so in that what would you do is you would basically find out the product of all the elements of the array. So basically 1 into 2 into 3 into 4, so that would be equal to 24, and then you would divide that particular product by each element so that you can find out the product except self. So you would divide 24 divided by 1, so that would give 24. 24 divided by 2, that would give as 12. 24 divided by 3, that would give as 8, and 24 divided by 4, that gives as 6. So that is, like, at the first position we are supposed to get the product of the other 3 elements, and at the position index equal to 1 you are supposed to get the product of the other elements, which is 1 into 3 into 4, which is basically 12, and at the index equal to 2 you are supposed to get 1 into 2 into 4, which is equal to 8, and at the index equal to 3 you are supposed to get 1 into 2 into 3, which is basically 6. But here we have already mentioned that you cannot use the division operation, so that simple algorithm cannot be used over here. So that is basically the idea. Now the idea idea of how to generate this resultant array is basically at each of the element. So for example, at this element 1 we are going to define prefix product equal to 1. Okay, so that would be that initial value, and we are supposed to find out the postfix product as 4 into 3 into 2, 4 into 3 into 2. So basically we are supposed to iterate the array in reverse order. So from here we are understanding our algorithm. What we are trying to do is we will iterate in reverse order. So that is one idea. And now for the prefix product, and another idea was we are supposed to initiate the prefix product to equal to 1 before we start the loop. And then if we look at an element 4, okay, what would be the prefix product? That would be 1 into 2 into 3. So from this we are understanding that there has to be another iteration in ascending order of index to capture prefix product. So this is our idea. Now if we are iterating in the reverse order, the complexity of time would be iteration over the n elements O of n, and for the prefix product you are again iterating over the array of length n in the same order or ascending order of index, that would be O of n. So combined it would be O of 2n, which is almost equivalent to O of n. So we are able to write an algorithm with time complexity of big O of n. So let us start writing the program. So that is the basic idea of how the algorithm is thought and how our thought process should be. I'm going to define a class of solution, then I'm going to define a particular function which is product except self, and that would take the arguments of numbers. Numbers is an array of integer values, and then the length of numbers I'm going to initiate it to a particular variable. Okay, and as I previously told you, prefix of product I will be assigning to the value of 1, and same postfix of product I'm going to assign it to the value of 1. Now we are supposed to generate and return an array. Let us call the array to be result. Okay, and this result array would also be of length n. Is that correct? And for the initiation I'm just initiating it to 0, and it has to have n elements. So basically if we are writing, okay, if we are writing 0 into 3, so this is basically equivalent to 0, 0 and 0. Okay, so same way 0 into n, it would correspond to an array of integer values which are 0 and those are repeated n times. So basically it is of length L, length n. Okay, now there will be two iteration. So there would be forward iteration and the backward iteration. Okay, and for the forward iteration this will be calculating the prefix product. So for I in range of 0 to n, so this would be iterating over 0 to n minus 1. So basically up to n minus 1. So that is, it is an iteration of n times. So that is written range of 0 to n comma 1. So that means the step size is 1 and it is moving in the forward direction because this is plus 1. Then I'm going to write result of I would be equal to prefix product, and then prefix product would be equal to the initiated value of prefix product multiplied by the nums of I. So that means the element at that ith position. So this would be giving us the forward iteration, and then for the backward iteration it would be for j in range of, so we have to start from n and we have to end, we have to start from n minus 1 and we have to end at the value of 0. So here I am writing minus 1 and it has to go into the reverse direction. So I am writing minus 1 for the direction, and then I would write result of I would equal to the multiplication of the prefix product. So already the result array, it has the prefix product. So now we need to basically multiply it with postfix product, and the postfix product is calculated in the reverse direction, and that would be nums of j. Okay, here it is also j. Okay, and this finishes our program. Now this is actually calculating the prefix product as it is going or iterating in the forward direction, and we are storing the values of the prefix product in the result, and then that is multiplied with the postfix product, and the postfix product was initiated to 1 and it is going to be calculated in the reverse direction with the help of nums of j, and that gives us the postfix products, and both are multiplied. And that's it. Let us write an object to find if this is working, and then we can use the two examples that have been given here. Nums of 1 is this, and nums of 2 is this array, and then let us access the user defined function using the object and pass the argument of nums of 1 and nums of 2. Okay, and let's run this. So we are able to get the same output. So this is how you write the program for product accept self in Python 3. If you love this video series, please comment on the video. Thank you for your support. Take care. Bye bye.